What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I am in a lovely little pub CL in Bedfordshire near Biggleswade, and this yeah, I mean birds are just cheeping and chirping away, but look at this, it is gorgeous. Oh, look at the sunshine. Now there's a couple of camper vans and caravans just here, just a couple, but apart from that there's me. And look at this, it's going to be bright light, but no one. And this is just £13 a night. It's quite an interesting place, to be fair. It's won quite a few awards, and it is the pub with no bar. I know, right? The pub with no bar. It sounds strange, but it's true. I'll show you inside in a bit. I've got a table booked for 7:30 because food is quite popular here and tables book up fast. So when I made the phone call to say, can I come here and stay for the night? I said, can I have some food? And there's like, you better book a table because, you know, they usually sell out pretty quick. So, yep, got myself a table for one. One is the loneliest number, they say. Well, I'm pretty happy and chilled out because look at this. Look at this. Now, I did ask the lady on the phone, if I'm paying to stay here, which is £13 a night, do I have to eat in the bar? And she said, no, if you're paying to stay, I don't think there is an option to not pay. So you can't just come and rock up and that. So it is a CL. There is access to water and there is an Elson point, which I'll find later on. But it's a really quirky place. So I'm here because tomorrow I'm going to go look at a few local attractions as I'm in the area. And yeah, there's going to be a bit of food in this vlog. Going to be a little bit of exploring, a little bit of a quirky thing. But I haven't even told you the name of the pub, have I? Now I've been trying to think of an opening, because you know me, I'm quite fun. I'm quite stupid. I'm quite jolly, quite happy. I like to push the limits a little bit. And I've been trying to think of an opening to this video that wouldn't get me censored straight away by probably the algorithm. I don't even know. Because everything I think of is just really bad. So the name of the pub is called The Cock. Now, you can imagine of the things that I was thinking of saying. Today I'm going to visit some... I'm going to hang out with... they've all run through my head. It's a lovely little place. So when you pull up and you arrive, there's a car park over here and there's a gate. Now you pull up to the gate, then you go inside, you fill out a little form with your registration number and your contact details. You pay your pitch fee and then you get the code to the gate and then you can come in and you lock the gate behind you. So you're nice and secure in here. And for anyone that drinks or likes to have a few cheeky vinos or anything, that's not me. You would technically be fine to get rat-arsed if you really wanted to, because you are behind a locked gate and you are not accessible to the highway now. So if you want to have a jolly old time, whether you're using your own vino or you're from the pub, then you can have a jolly good time, because technically you are locked in. You can't access the highway. Now, don't take this as gospel, because I am not going to be responsible for you and the charges that could proceed. So be responsible for yourself. But that is kind of the rule. If you have access to the highway, it's a no-no. If you don't, hence behind a locked gate, hence on a campsite with a barrier, then you are good to have a tipple. So yeah, anyone that likes a tipple, this is a good place to go, because you 30 quid, you can have a tipple to your heart's content and you can be all good and legal and safe. This is a great little dining room. So cool. And I've already seen the sauces. They've got Elmer's mayonnaise. That is a winner in my book. I think they only do Coke or Diet Coke though, so we won half the battle. Cheers. I'm really torn what to have. They've got 3 butcher's sausages, eggs and chips and beans, which sounds pretty good, to be fair. But then I'm sort of trying to either a burger or the haddock and chips. Haddock and chips is pretty, it's a winner usually, and they've got homemade tartar sauce. That's what's pulling me in. Now you guys know I'm a saucy guy, but I cannot stand cheap packet sauce like the sachets. They are just no. They should be eradicated and removed from the world. But everything's homemade. You've got the beer battered haddock. You've got homemade beef lasagna with chips and salad. Homemade cottage pie, or you've got homemade hunter's chicken with skin on fries, salad and homemade coleslaw. Now a salad can stay in the field if you ask me, but you know, and then they've got burgers. Oh, choices. Fish and chips it is. It had to be, didn't it? Come on, the homemade tartar sauce is pulling it in for me, but I draw the line at peas or mushy peas. I could have had peas to be fair, but I thought, let's just not. Let someone else have them. I'll let a vegan have them. Do my good for charity. Look at this. And a proper portion of sauce. Not just a tiny little blob or anything. It's a proper portion. Alright, let's try that tartar sauce first. Yep. It's a decent homemade tartar sauce. Oh yeah. That is really good. Really nice crisp batter. And nice and flaky and juicy in the middle. Love it. Look. Come on. Look at that. Right, I'm gonna get stuck in. Now this is how you do dinner for one. I got an AirPod in. I got Netflix. And I got my food. That is how you do it. Am I right or am I wrong? Is that a bit naughty to do that? I mean, AirPods in, so there's no noise. Is this right or bad? Drop it in the comments below. I'm gonna watch my show. That was flipping awesome. Proper hit the spot, that did. Really nice. That fish was really well cooked. The batter, not too thick, not too thin, just perfect. Yeah, and a real nice chunky bit of haddock. I picked right, and that tartar sauce, great. I love a homemade sauce. But look at this, there's no one in here now, so I can show you around. Look at the dining room. How cool is that? So these were cottages, and I'll show you the bar in a minute. Well, the no bar, because there is no bar. It comes from the cellar. They serve you directly from the cellar, which is pretty unique. And it turns out I'm on a bit of a pub crawl for these strange pubs, because there's only 6 of these examples of these pubs remaining in the country. Now, last year, you remember I went to Tucker's Grave Inn in Somerset, and that is one of them on the list. So yeah, this was, there's only 6 left in the country that has no bar counter. So that's mad, isn't it? So this is the second one I've done. I've only got 4 more to go. I think I'll have to make it a little series, don't you? Be rude not to. But yeah, it's got a Skittles room in the front of the bar, front of the pub, and the flooring is the original flooring, I think, from the 1800s. I want to say, I could be wrong. You know me, I'm not great with facts, but yeah, it's so cool and quirky. Just been handed the dessert menu. Do I be a little bit naughty? Bread and butter pudding, banoffee roulade, sponge of the day, or warm chocolate fudge cake, all served with custard, cream or ice cream. The sponge was sticky toffee pudding, which is quite a lot of sugar. Now, I'm not saying what I've gone for is less sugar, but I'm thinking in my brain it might be. So I've gone with homemade bread and butter pudding. Anything homemade is just great, isn't it? So, I mean, I don't know if the sponge was homemade or not, but I've gone with that. And controversial, cold custard. Now, I don't have hot custard. You can't have hot custard. Cold custard with bread and butter pudding. Is that right? Or am I just mental for that? Or would you have gone with cream or ice cream? Nah, I think I'm right. I think I've hit the winner there. Who hasn't opened a tin of Ambrosia custard just from the tin? Because I am. Saying that might explain the diabetes. I wonder. Tell me that don't look good. Look at that. Hell yeah. There we go. Yes, what a combination. Amazing homemade bread and butter pudding with cold custard. Winner, winner. What a lovely little evening. Just spoken to the owners and the landlady and landlord, and they're really, really nice. Michelle and Nick, brilliant they are. Yeah, I love it. Gonna have a little look around in the morning when there's no people in there, so I can show you around the whole bar and yeah, really show it off, because it's so unique in there. It really is. So you have to stay tuned till the morning. How good does that look? Just lovely sunset. The motorhome just chilling there. I left the roof vent open. Oh, I'm hoping I put the fly screen over. Look at this vandalism. That's Ad's mates, that is. Pigeons. Told him they're no good for nothing. They're little yobs. But does he listen? No. He's still friends with them. There's flipping loads of bird muck on there. But this is just a beautiful sunset. Love it. I think I should send Ads the bill, the cleaning bill for this. It's his mates that do it. Look at all that. Not just one. Oh no. You can really see me jumping on a ladder and get, I mean, I'm not standing on that roof. I am never standing on that roof. That could be an accident. I mean, one, I could slip over and, you know, break my leg, and the other thing, I could come through the roof. That's more likely. Drop it in the comments. Who reckons I should send Ads the bill for his pigeon friend's mess? Come on. Unite. Come on. I think I'm going to watch a little bit of Netflix and then call it a night. Now, question. I was watching Netflix with my dinner in the pub with an AirPod in. Is that rude? Is that the done thing? I know I asked you in the pub, but come on, let me know. What's the word? Is it uncouth? Is it, you know, am I allowed to do that? I'm not with anyone, I'm just on my own. So what's your thoughts? Is it okay to do, or should I not do that? Let me know in the comments. Good morning. Well, it's a little more overcast today, but so peaceful last night. It was such a good sleep. I am proper like zonked out. Yeah, really. Just the birds. That's all you could hear. I mean, there's a plane. Apart from that, so peaceful. Right, let's go have a look at the pub, shall we? So not only have you got a nice outside area just there, you've also got this sheltered area. So if it is a little bit naff weather, you've got a nice place to sit. But then you've got the big TV here. But look at that. That's a pizza oven. That is amazing. Because you can see it here on the outside. Look at that. That's brilliant. And I have seen pictures that they do pizzas, so that's just awesome. So when they say that this pub is made up of cottages, it literally is. They're the cottages. That is inside the pub. So I think in them windows there, that's where the dining room is. So it's just crazy, isn't it? Look at it. It's just old cottages. It's mad that it started as just one cottage, and then they were getting it from the cellar, and they just still have no bar. So this is the main part of the pub, So it just looks so quirky. But here is the no bar. No bar. So this was the cellar of the cottage, the first one, and then that's where they serve from. This hatch here, and they just serve from down here. That is where all the beer comes from, straight up to no bar. Now you're probably thinking, well, they got a table, but that was only installed when COVID happened and they had to have social distancing from the front of the hatch. So yeah, they just, this is it. You know, they've got a couple of shelves to show the packs of crisps and things, but other than that, you've got the board and then the hatch. I think it's only one of 3 barless pubs left in the country, and then there's only 6 really unique ones left in the country because they just keep closing down because of costs and things. But I want to show you this now. The floor's being cleaned right now, so look at this. This here is the original tile flooring from, I think, 1836. How mad is that? And then you've got the front cottage, which just looks brilliant, doesn't it? It's so, yeah, it's small, but it's so cozy and just got so much character. Really has. And then across the way from this one, we go into here, and it's got skittles. You've got the darts board, and then they look so cool. I know Tash would like that because that's almost like a sticker wall, and that looks really good the way that's done. It says gentlemen are kindly requested to discharge their weapons before entering this establishment. That's brilliant, and that's in 1869. Please put your guns down. So you can come in here, you've got the front room here, the games room here, you come down the original tile flooring all the way down. You've got, before you get to the no bar, you've got another room here. It's got so much character, look at it. And then mind your head straight out into the main no bar area. If you go past the no bar, you then come through in here to look in the now modern dining area. I love these little quaint pubs, but when I'm trying to eat food, I do like a little bit of light. You know, you do get some and they're really dark. That is the Cock pub with no bar. It's brilliant, right? Now, Nick was telling me a lot of people do stop here on the way up and the way down to Scotland and to France. So if they're coming down to go to the ferry, this is like the halfway point usually, and it's quite a nice easy place to stop because you're quite close to the you're very close to the A1, and then you're really close to the M1. So it's a perfect little place to stop for the night, grab some food, chill out. It's not too expensive at all, and then make your way down to the ferry or the channel, and vice versa. If you're on the way back, you know, you can stop on the way back up. So yeah, it's a great little place. I think you'll agree that is a pretty banging pub. The pub with no bar. Love it, love it. Now I will leave all the details in the description below, as well as the link to their website. You can check out their menu and everything and all their details, and because they have a lot going on, because they've got this big field, they do have a lot going on during the summer. But I will give you the what 3 words as well. It is, I need to look, owned ranges neat. There we go, owned ranges neat. Definitely swing in if you are going past the area, because it is an absolutely brilliant little place. And the landlady and landlord are, Nick and Michelle, are amazing. They're really friendly, and they got a good thing going in there. They've got a good team and good food, good food. On the subject of food, I think it's time for a bit of breakfast, and I think I know just the place. It's just round the corner. Let's go, shall we? So I am at Jordan's Mill. Look at it. The motorhome is parked there. Now, quick one to talk about parking, because they do have quite a lot of parking, but for motorhomes it's a little bit of a tricky one. But they're very accommodating. I've already run in and spoke to the manager. So this is the main car park, main entrance, just here. and then you've got the whole car park here. Now they have coach parking here, and I just parked just down the end just for a moment to run in and ask. The manager, I didn't get her name, but lovely lady, she said because there is additional parking round the side, but it's got a height barrier. So I said, was I allowed to stay where I temporarily stopped? And she said, no, we've got no coaches today, so you're more than welcome to stop in the coach spot, which is here. Now, I then clarified with her, if any of you guys want to come along and you are over height and that, if you ring ahead, they will open the height barrier. So yeah, and if it's just one of you coming along, like, I mean, you're not all going to talk to each other, so just ring ahead, and they'll either say you can use the coach spot. If there's no coaches today, don't just park in there and leave it. Make sure you call. Please don't ruin that for me. Yeah, I don't want to be responsible for that, getting angry with that. Ring ahead. They'll either tell you to park in the coach spot, or they'll open the additional parking, which is literally just around the corner. They'll open the barrier and you can park in there. How good is that? That is accommodating. Right, let's go have a look. Now, would you look at this for a bit of class and sophistication? My middle name, don't you know? Clearly not. But look at this. So this is Jordan's Mill, which I'm going to show you around. I'm going to do a tour and everything. You've got the nice little flowing water over there. You've got the mill over there, I assume. And this decking area where inside's the cafe, so there's seating inside. I'm out here, I've got myself a cup of tea, and eggs Benedict. I mean, yeah, that can do one, but look at that. I do love an eggs Benedict, really do. You know, I don't cook them for myself. I've never really tried. Maybe I should try. Have you tried? Is it easy? Drop it in the comments below. But yeah, this is really nice. Now I've kind of tentatively set my camera up there to do a little time lapse of the clouds and the water. Lovely. They have got mayonnaise on tap in there. It is Heinz, not Hellman's, but on tap. And look at the pots. The pots are big. Gonna pour myself a lovely cup of tea. Look at me multitasking, filming, pouring tea, and looking at a receipt. Ah, modern man. So the eggs Benedict was $10.95, and the tea was £2.70. I don't think that's killer. You know, people are going to say tea £2.70. They're probably going to kick up about that a little bit. £10.95 for an eggs Benedict. I haven't tried it yet, but we're going to give it a go. Got to see what the yolks are like, haven't we? Come on, come on. Ah, oh, look at that. Now that is food porn. That is a good eggs Benedict. That sauce is just nice. Really rich, really creamy. Really. Not too thick, not too runny. Just a real good consistency. I love an eggs Benedict. Right, I'm going to scoff my face. Well, that was handsome. Really enjoyed that. I do love an eggs Benedict. I always have it when I'm at the airport. Because you get it usually at like Frankie and Benny's or somewhere. There's quite a lot of places to do it at the airport. And it always signifies to me that I'm going somewhere. I'm going away. I mean, I'm not now, right now. But yeah, I am going to try and do it in the motorhome. I do need to try that. So here's a question for you, whilst I'm being all sophisticated with my cup of tea. What colour should the tea be? I mean, look at this. That's too dark for me. I need more milk in that. Some people might say that's fine, but I need more. Could probably do with a little bit more, you know. I might as well just, yeah. I could do with more milk. Now that looks alright. Not saying I wouldn't put more milk in if I had it, because I would. I do like a milky tea. My mum says whenever she offers me a tea and I say yes, she goes, oh, you want some baby tea, do you? Want some baby tea? It's warm milk. Tea flavoured milk. Well, that was a banging breakfast. Banging breakfast. Caff's there. And then you got this, everything else is this away. So there's a shop and there's the tours and everything. It's a bit nippy, I'll tell you that. I think I should have put some trousers on. But look at this place, it looks brilliant. Look, how cool does this look? Really nice, isn't it? I think they've got plants for sale, they've got gardens to explore, the mill, which is on the tour. And then they've got loads of their own products, like Jordan's products for sale. So, yeah, might buy my mum a plant. Let's have a look, shall we? Now, I can look around these plants. But honestly, if I buy my mum one, I know she'll kill it. She'll take proper umbrage with that if she sees this video. But the only thing that woman can keep alive, apart from me and my two brothers, which we were holding in at times, is cacti. That's all she can keep. It really is. She's got quite a few of them. She's got the Christmas ones, so they start blooming around Christmas. And to be fair, she's got cacti which have been going a very long time. But apart from that, everything else dies. So this is the shop. Pretty sure this is all their own stuff because that's what Jordans do. They make stuff like this. But then there is local stuff as well. So you've got East Anglia wheat bran, and you've got Hitchin. Hitchin's not far. Hitchin honey spice rum. I bet that's nice. I bet that is nice. And then you've got Hitchin honey gin. She looks cool. I mean, this is a cool little shop. It's got loads of little products as well. Oh, what's that? Citrus Zing colour changing gin. I mean, I'm not a drinker, but that could be fun. Now, the beauty of having your home everywhere you travel is I can nip back there and put a hoodie and some trousers on because it is freezing. I am booked on the tour for 1:15. I've got about 20 minutes until the tour starts. I think there's only 2 people on it, which is pretty cool. £7.50 for a 1-hour tour of the mill and how everything's done. So I thought it'd be quite interesting. Have a little look around, maybe learn something, you know. I got a book and that was £1, so I can read up and learn some history about how they mill all the flour and everything. Just finished the tour. So it's £7.50 for an hour's tour, £6.50 for the 45-minute tour, and it was definitely well worth it. Really good. Honestly, I never thought I'd do a tour about a flour mill, but it was really quite interesting. All running on the power of this stream is pretty amazing. It really is. And yeah, definitely well worth it. I mean, it's an hour. It's something nice to go and learn, and some funny Victorian inventions. They had a fire door. I'll put a picture up now of it was on rollers, big heavy metal fire door. And because there was no like electricity, or they didn't want to rely on electricity when they did have it, it had wooden pegs in the door, which just pinched the wall behind. And then if a fire started, which this place has had 2 fires, the wooden pegs would burn, they would disintegrate, and then the door, this big whacking heavy door, would just roll on the rollers to close the fire door shut, which is just incredible. I mean, so simple yet so effective. Absolutely amazing. I really enjoyed that. Something very different, not the norm for me to do. Didn't think I'd ever do a tour about flour and that, but yeah, very interesting. It was. It turns out that it was Jordan's that did the first cereal bar in the UK in 1981. Didn't know that, and you didn't know that either. So you have learned something. I have taught you something. No, definitely a great little visit in Biggleswade. The Cock Pub last night was really good. Fantastic place to stop over. And then, yeah, just stopping in here, even if you just grab a bite to eat, it's a beautiful little cafe in there and very accessible. Inside the tour, there's lifts, so it's accessible for wheelchair access. And the place is dog friendly, but I don't think you can take dogs on the tour. I'm gonna say I'm not sure. I don't know. Give them a call or check out the website, which all the details of the pub and Jordan's Mill will be in the description below. If you've got any other places like this in the area, like I say, in the Peterborough, St Neots, Newark, Doncaster, all that kind of area, then please do drop them in the comments below, because I'll add them to my list and try and get to them. But yeah, I've had a cracking time. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy. Bye.